Hello and welcome to Greater Good Entrepreneur, where we talk to social entrepreneurs of nonprofits and for-profit businesses that are doing good financially and doing good for the world. Today I've got Good Body Products with us, and we're going to learn about Good Body Products and exactly how they operate. So I've got Trish with us. Trish, can you tell us about yourself, your business? Get us started here. Talk to us first about Good Body Products and what it is you guys do.
Sure. We are Good Body Products. We are in southern Vermont in Guilford. We just moved here about a year ago after being up in Brookline for 4.5 years, where the company actually started. We make 100% organic certified body care products. All of them are therapeutic intended. And we have 5 lines. They go from salt and body scrubs, whip body butters, salves, therapeutic salves, solid scents, and aromatherapeutic misters. The way it all started was basically I had a kid 5 years ago. I wanted to put something on her little behind that, was safe for diaper rash, and I couldn't find anything that didn't have chemicals in it. My mom owned beauty salons. My Mexican grandma, my abuelita, was a kind of a little bit of a witch. So every time there was something wrong with anybody, she'd come on, let's go out to the garden, and we would find something, and we would solve it or salve it with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned how to use plants as a young kid, but that was mostly in Mexico and California. And about 20 years, and I moved to the Northeast, and I fell in love with Vermont. And that's where my husband and I basically landed. So when we landed here, I just fell in love with all of the different botanicals that were offered. And I just dove in. I just started learning as fast as I could and what I could use. And, I started growing our own botanicals in our own garden, flowers and the roots and anything that was healing. We had 4 little mini greenhouses and 3 sizable gardens, and we started making things, products, mostly for ourselves, and then I started giving them away as presents. Well, it kind of snowballed into oh, can I have 2 more of these or 3 more of these? And I was like, wait a minute, maybe this is a business. We could actually finally do something, be in Vermont and be employed in Vermont. Or ourselves.
So
And that's how it started.
you were initially basically all the stuff was coming out of your garden. You weren't buying any outside products.
Yeah.
Really?
There's a few things. Yeah, you need shea butter and the different oils and stuff like that. So we spent the next, I would say, 2.5 years sussing out like really credible 100% organic certified suppliers, and that actually took us the longest to really find our supply chain.
At that point, what were you actually doing? Did you guys have day jobs somewhere else? What was happening?
Well, we did a couple of things. We're musicians, and my husband's a guitar player. I'm a drummer, and we were touring up until I was 9 months pregnant. We were touring all over the place. Yeah,
Wow.
thank God for drum techs.
Right.
And we still play. So that's our love, and we also love being, gardening and nurturing plants and using them on our bodies. So we both did marketing jobs in New York City. We brought them up here, and we were able to work from home. So it was good. We could have our own schedule and, kind of dabble in this and dabble in that. Well, that dried up. And so we were thinking maybe we just throw the money down and see what happens. And that was 18 months ago. And within a year, so much has happened. I'm thrilled and shocked and very pleased.
So you guys were living in New York City. So you kind of had the city life for a long time.
For 16 years.
Okay. All right. And then just decide,
Yep.
and before Good Body Products was even in your mind, you moved to Vermont just for the lifestyle of living in Vermont.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You can't beat it here. We love it. I used to come up here for snowboarding, just to get away. And his mother lives here. His sister lives here. His family had, property up here when he was a kid. I love it. So we both said, yeah, man, let's give it a try. And we both fell in love with it immediately.
That's great. So when you moved here, though, it wasn't It had nothing to do with good body products. That was just a lifestyle change.
That's right.
Wow.
It just kind of happened.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an accidental business, I
Really?
guess.
Would you really say that? Would you actually call it an accidental business?
A little bit. I mean, I knew it was in the back of my head for a long time, and I knew being a musician and touring, there was no way that that was going to happen. You have to, it's your baby. If you're going to start a business, you got to nurture it and you got to be on it 24/7. So once I had a baby, I was like, okay, no, I'm not going anywhere. Although that didn't really stop us from playing, but it kept us more homebound so that we were able to nurture our business. And and we did. We just hit it pedal to the metal. And both of our skill sets, between me and Chris, we complement each other very well. We worked in New York City together at Bertelsmann. We were in charge of putting together Napster to make it legal. So I was on the marketing side, and he was on the engineering and programming side of things, and sales. So he knew how to do all the design. He knew how to do the sales, set up all that kind of stuff. I knew how to do all the recipes, and I knew how to do all the marketing. So together we made like a nice combination of people trying to start a business.
So you know what? We didn't even really get into this. You guys are a husband and wife team, right?
Yes.
Okay. So husband and wife. We never really got to that. Okay. And then your jobs dried up. So I guess it made it a good. You already had it going, I guess, huh?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, it, we had I had started doing stuff and testing and making things and putting them in ball jars and whatever I could find, little tin cans, and giving them to people to test, and finding the testers, very sensitive skin people, people with allergies, people with all kinds of different things. But I mostly focused on making products that were for us and our family. And then I was thinking, if we need this, other people might need this. And lo and behold, boy, it really worked.
So so now you're making these body products, and all of them. Do you grow even now? Do you grow most of the ingredients? What makes it a green business? What makes it good for the world as well as good for your family and good for business?
Well, we started growing all of our stuff, and then the demand just skyrocketed. So we now, most of our botanicals are from Vermont farms. If they're certified and organic and they have what we need, then we use them first and foremost. We use a lot from Zach Wood's farm, a lot. So we're very happy to use them. They are certified. They're wonderful. They're up in the Burlington area. Then we source out anything that is 100% organic in the U.S. All of our stuff mostly is actually made in Vermont, and then we bring it and put it together.
Okay.
I make all the infused oils, which are the healing parts of our products. That's I would say the big differentiator behind what we do as opposed to any other body care product line.
What happens when you start to? I mean, are you at a point where you're about to get too big for you to be able to make all these things yourself? Or I mean, I'm guessing you have some decisions to make now, right? If you're going to scale, you're going to have to start having employees and all kinds of things, right?
Right, right. Well, yeah, that brings up a good question. We didn't know. We were thinking maybe 2 years, it might it might actually be a viable business. Well, we started off at the Brattleboro Farmers Markets on Saturday, not this last summer, but the summer before. And it was an instant hit. We got so much love and feedback from the community. Within a year, we won the Windham County Business Plan Competition Grand Prize, which was really great, $10,000. We won the best award from Natural Solutions Magazine. We got asked to be in Bella Magazine's Hampton's White Party 3 times.
Wow.
We've gotten a huge amount of press, which is, we're so thankful. And now we get orders from all over the U.S. every single day. So to answer your question, what our goal right now is to finish so we moved. We got 10 acres and we got a space that has 1,000 square foot dedicated space for our facility. We are actually right now in the process of building all that out so that it can get inspected and that we can get our organic certification sticker so that we can
Nice.
be, yeah, exactly. And we're not going just for organic. We're going for 100% organic, which is like the gold standard or the platinum. So, we're really trying to get everything, all our ducks in a row. As far as employees and all that stuff is going right now we're at a point where we can actually handle everything. However, we have been asked by some big retailers that are on the East Coast, and then some other ones that are nationwide, about how we handle delivering pallets. We don't do that quite yet.
Right.
I'm, we kind of put ourselves to the test this last summer, and we did four farmers markets a week, which was pretty intense. And we put all of our products carefully in containers and have coolers, little cooling packs on the bottom so they don't melt in the summer. Um, and that was hard to keep that up, 4 of those a week, and we would sell out almost every single time. So I would come back and have to recreate all the
Yeah,
product.
if
So
you're doing if you're doing 4 a week, when do you get time to actually create the stuff and harvest from the garden and do all the other operations that need to get done? When you
I
did
know.
4 a week, would both of you literally go to the farmers markets?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We would both go, but now, I mean, I'm not harvesting. I'm buying it from local farms, which is so much more helpful for us now. I
Hmm.
mean, it's time consuming, and I actually really love the garden. We have our own gardens here, and it's more medicinal internal use. But
Right.
the quantity that we're using, I mean, we ordered like 40 pounds of calendula, at a time, which is huge. It's a
Right.
lot.
Yeah. Right.
It's a huge huge box, or 300 pounds of sugar, or 300 pounds of
Yeah.
salt, and 80 pounds of shea butter. So yeah, I mean, I get my workout doing my work, but
So what's going to happen?
but
What's going to happen in the winter when you can't quite harvest in Vermont the way you can in the nicer months? What are the plans for being able to continue to ship when things aren't growing in the same way?
we learned last year, you get all of your stuff early so that it'll take us through the winter months. And yeah, we just stocked up on a whole bunch of ingredients, just for that purpose, because sometimes you hit the spring and all of a sudden your supply chain has dried up and
Right.
they're not ready
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can happen. It's a little bit scary. It happened to us last year a little bit, and we were like, "Oh no, what are we gonna do?"
Right.
But we found some other suppliers, and now we've locked everybody in, and then we have backups. So
Right.
that's great.
So
Uh,
if your main distribution channel right now is farmers market, would you say farmers markets is your main distribution channel, or would you say it's repeat business that comes to your website? If you could tell us sort of how much comes off the web, how much comes from farmers, what are your distribution
sure.
channels?
Well, it started off, it was just solely the farmers market and the Brattleboro co-op. And from doing just farmers markets, increasing that, well, for one, farmers markets is great feedback for us with the customer. I mean, you sell
Right.
someone a product and they're going to come back that following week and tell you what exactly how it
Nice.
worked for them, if it was great. We've never had one complaint. The only complaint we had was one woman said there was an air bubble inside, and we just gave her another product, but she was like, "Oh no, I wasn't looking for that, but thank you." So it's great feedback. I mean, the feedback that we get sometimes puts me in tears, because I can't believe how these people are reacting to a natural healing um, product. Then they don't have to put chemicals on themselves, and it's affordable for them, and then, they can get it at any time, from the co-op, or from our website. But anyway, back to your answer. The farmers markets really helped us. Because of the farmers markets, our online sales have escalated, because people, Vermont is a touristy, place sometimes during the
Mm-hmm.
different seasons.
Right.
So a lot of people, we get tons of people from New York visiting, Connecticut, Massachusetts, from the farmers markets. They tell their friends, whatever. And we get, I mean, just the other day, we had a person in California email us and said that their friend from Maine got our stuff and we have to have it. And, can you ship it to us ASAP? you know. So I would say right now it's kind of tipping over to from, I think our main revenue is probably tied between farmers markets and online sales, which is great because I would love just to have online sales take over for us because one, we don't have the cut of selling wholesale to the retailers, and two, it keeps me here making product instead of out at the farmers markets. But
Right.
I love them. Actually, they're fun. They're social. It's like hanging out at a bar, but without the booze.
Which could be good. Most of the time, it's probably good. It's certainly good for the next day. Um,
Right. And then we have a handful of retailers across the nation right now. We're very selective because we want our product to match. Like we love co-ops. Co-ops are great because they support organic, they support local, they support small entrepreneurs. We are in yoga studios, spas, organic health food stores, stuff like that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go and I want to actually show your website and show a couple of things on there because I think it's really interesting. It's a beautiful website, especially
Thank
for a
you.
smaller organization. It just looks amazing. I want to show that, but then I want to come back and talk about scaling your business because it feels
Okay.
right now like your big problem isn't finding customers. Your big problem is growing in a way that's controlled. So I want to get to that in
Right.
just a moment here. Let's see. Okay, so got your website up on the screen now. You're not able to see exactly what I'm seeing, so I will just,
That's okay.
you know what your homepage looks like. So it's
Yeah.
goodbodyproducts.com, right? Good deals, mist, body butters, body scrubs, salves. Is that how I pronounce that? Salves? You see how much I
Yep.
know about this
Sure.
business.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and click on that one. So tell me anything you want to tell me about these things, sort of. They're all organic. They're all locally made, which is really is part of what I think makes it such a great green solution. Anything here that I should know about these salves and what they do?
Sure. Well, we have a flagship. We have actually two of our best sellers. Is the one is the Arnica and Comfrey joint pain salve. It has I don't know if anybody's familiar, people are familiar with Arnica, but it's really kind of now mainstream as a holistic healer in arthritis, muscle soreness, sprains, breaks, ankles. It's really helpful for helping the blood flow through your small capillaries. And then comfrey is just a really wonderful plant that has so many super healing powers of um, cell regenerative properties. It leaves your skin very supple, but more importantly, it's mild sedative. So if you have any joint pains, problems, breaks, and sprains, it will actually help to heal that. The Romans used to use it, and the military calls it knit bone. I think that their nickname for it is knit bone. They actually use it out in the field when soldiers break their legs or whatever. They wrap comfrey around it because it's so powerful. And then the other ingredient in that specific salve is St. John's wort, where most people know it as a antidepressant if you drink it for tea or something. But when you put it on topically, it's one of the best anti-inflammatories that you can put onto your body. So me growing up as an athlete, I was always stuck with like really stinky Ben Gay or Absorbing Junior or Tiger Balm and all that kind of stuff. And I
Absorbing
would
Junior.
smell,
Wow.
I would have this horrible trail of stinky, stinging whatever, my sheets. And, as a drummer now, it's like, I don't want to put that on me and then have to go perform and then sweat and it gets in my eye. And I'm like, oh, my eye.
Right. Right.
So anyway, that one salve has gone off the charts. It's now, we have people demand it. It comes in a 2 ounce. But now people have demanded an 8 ounce, and I can't believe like we can barely keep those in. Massage therapists use it all the time, and we just get wonderful feedback for that one. Especially athletes. We actually have somewhere on our website there is it says our athletes, and we have our Arnica athletes. We have a wonderful stunt woman in LA that um, she sends us pictures of her jumping off like a 7-story scaffolding holding the Arnica in the air, which is
Oh.
pretty awesome. And then her name is I forget her name, sorry, Kira Moulter. And then we have a local freestyle skier here, Calvin Lyons. He uses it and loves it. We have a ballerina. We have a Pilates master teacher in Spokane, Washington. Washington. We have ultra marathon runner Jamie Meal from Vermont. We try to get a lot of Vermont athletes because we just want to promote Vermont
Sure. Uh-huh.
as best we can. But anyway, this product is our flagship product, and it's hands down just gets like wonderful reviews constantly. Our second one is our calendula and lemon balm salve, which it's proved to be just a wonderful healer. It's very soothing. It was the first product I made for my daughter, and it's proved to help with eczema, rosacea, shingles, diaper rash, burns. We had a woman come up to us and say she had left a ginger poultice on her chest overnight, fell asleep, woke up with second degree burns, immediately put on our salve, and it was gone within the week. And now she's a very loyal customer, sends everybody to us. So,
Wow.
yeah, so those are and these are all plants. I just happen to put them together with a lot of love.
Right. Well, the love is what does it,
Yeah, thank
That,
you.
that's what makes it all work. As you've been talking, I've been going to the web. I've been at your website and showing on the camera all the different products you've been talking about. So
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
hopefully the audience has gotten a great look at them. And like I said,
Oh,
it's a
great.
great website. And I was going to our athletes piece of
Oh,
it.
wonderful.
So
Yeah, they're awesome.
yeah, that's really cool. It's very cool.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so I guess what I'm really curious about is you're you've got in a way sort of a nice slow living business right now, right? I mean,
right.
you're supporting your family, you're doing things that you love. I can tell even not having you next to me, I can feel how much you love going to farmers markets and like talking to these people. Like it
Yeah,
just sounds awesome. And really now I'm wondering about scaling. I mean, it looks like it's almost going to be hard not to grow. And like,
yeah,
what do you do? I mean, how are you going to? Have you been thinking about number one? Well, I guess there's any number of things, right? Number one, what do you want your lifestyle to be? Because if you grow even a little bit, you're not going to be going out in the garden a whole lot more, probably, right?
oh yeah,
You're going to be managing
oh
people.
yeah,
And how are you going to source? How are you going to? Let's
yeah,
start with that. Let's assume that. So you probably could, if you wanted to, double your size in the next year, right? Double your
yeah,
sales
yeah,
if you chose to do
definitely.
so.
I mean, we've grown, I'd say, from when we started our first year, what we did compared to our into our second year, we've already um, grown about 400% in
Wow,
sales. Yeah, yeah. I
amazing.
mean, in the first, I would say in the first 10 months, it's safe to say that we paid ourselves back. We got in the black immediate. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
You think about these things. You're like, oh, maybe it's possible, and then
Right.
it's happening. But you're so in it, and you're going forward. You're just like, oh my God, I'm so busy. What? Wait,
Right.
it's happening. So it's actually already happening, and which is one reason why we're building out our facility. We want to make it so that the organic certification people come give us our stamp of approval, and then we can actually hire a couple people. That would be great. We've thought a lot about how we want to grow our business. We really want to be a Vermont company. We want to make small batches. I don't want to get it to the point where we've been approached by organic chemical engineers, and they're like, oh, we could do this, and we could make it into calendula. We can make your oils into this, or take it. And I'm like, you're missing the point. We're trying to stay organic. Like that doesn't make sense for us. We would lose all of our customers, and we would lose face. So
Right.
for us, it's all about sticking to our guns and really sourcing out the top ingredient. And if we just have to grow organically. I know that sounds, I'm not trying to skirt around the question, but we just have to take it day by day. And what we're doing now is building out our facility, which will actually be able to have a few employees. And then we'll just take it from there. We do have a property where we could, and we've already kind of thought about, what if we built a big barn, if things actually go so well that we actually need like a bigger facility to do this in. We actually have the space now to build a big facility. So we'll see what happens with the 1,000 square feet. We just keep on our suppliers now that help us to source all the products. That's their main thing. So long as I can get, ingredients in that are of caliber, then we can make the product.
Right, right. Well, it seems like your lifestyle is really important to you. So I guess what I'm wondering is if you could have a crystal ball, go out 5 years, your business has met sort of the goals that you want it to meet from a lifestyle level as well as a money level. What does that look like to you? Or do you not know yet? You might not know yet. I don't know.
Yeah, I've thought about that. I would love for us to have a couple greenhouses so that we could actually grow some of our own botanicals and hire people to do that, and it would be great. I would love to be able to hire people to just do our gardens, and nurture all of our botanicals. That would be amazing. What I think I also am looking, and we're thinking about, doing a company owned, or employee owned type of company. I like the idea of a, shared, come into business. There's a lot of people in Vermont. A lot of people know how to do this stuff. And we've been approached, I don't even know how many times, for people looking for jobs, wanting to come and work for us for free. I'm like,
Right,
wow,
right.
it's kind of amazing. Like, I just want to learn. I want to be in what you guys are doing, and I want to be part of it, and I'll work for free. I don't want to do that. I think that if anybody works, they should be, appreciated and valued. So for us, we really are about the community. We really are about sticking to our guns, and we want to be around for a while. So I would say in 5 years, I hope we have a greenhouse. I hope our facility is able to, be able to help, still work.
Right.
We
Do
haven't
you,
even gotten it up yet. So
right, right, right. Do you have you thought about licensing? I mean, are the things that you grow, can they be grown sort of north of the Mason-Dixon line across the U.S.?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So have you considered licensing potentially your processes so that
yeah.
either there could be other people that are distributed somewhere else and however you make the business arrangement work, or maybe you're doing the selling and it's got your name on it, but this is one way to potentially get 30, 40, 50 other farmers out there basically manufacturing and then taking a piece of it. Is that one thing you've thought about?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We love being able to support an agricultural style of business. And for us, I mean, it really is part of our lifestyle. We love it. We have so many farmer friends now across the nation that have contacted us. Like for example, witch hazel. Chris, my husband, has spent, I can't even tell you, countless hours on the phone and email with one supplier of witch hazel in the country that is the only witch hazel supplier that doesn't have alcohol in it, which is kind of crazy. And, they now love each other, and, we're going to go down and visit them. I think they're in North Carolina, but they're the only one. So we bought all of it. We bought all of it for the year that they made. And we're like, nobody else is going to have it.
Well, that's how
So
you get the
yeah,
secret ingredient. You just buy it
that's
all.
right. That's right. We bought it all, and now they want us to come down and visit and see how it's done, and maybe teach us how to do our own.
Right.
And then another thing for the future is we would love to be able to distill and make our own essential oils, which is, I think, we'll probably be doing sooner than 5 years. But
Right.
that would be the crown. I mean, my husband always says we really want to stick to farm to jar. And he likes to say it fast because he thinks it sounds French, farm to jar. I'm like, stop saying that. No, but we really do like the idea of, people are so concerned about what they put in their body eating, farm fresh this, farm fresh that. But, if you look, I'm constantly reading about what's out there in the world of skin or beauty products, and not just beauty, but just skincare products. And a woman, on average, who actually is conscious about what they put on them, put on like 85 different chemicals on their body just to get ready to go to work in the morning, which is crazy. They're
Oh my
toxic.
goodness, you're kidding me.
Yeah. No, I'm not. It's really, honestly, like, I'm beside myself sometimes when I see this, and I feel like when we are at the farmers market, not only are we there for selling, but that's not our main thing. We're there to market. And not only do we market, we educate. The whole time we're there, we're both going. People are like, oh, well, what about this and what about that? And how does this affect this? And people are so thankful for learning about even one herb, let alone I forget how many we deal with. I think like 120 different herbs that we deal with on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's fascinating because these herbs and flowers and plants have been around for thousands of years.
Right.
And, the big farm has come in and decided to take one part of it and make it patent it and, for that. And it's like, okay, well, what about if you just grow it and use it how it is? Because it's
Right.
more useful, and it's more helpful. So we're just trying to bring it back and give people something that's not toxic to put on their bodies, and hopefully they like it like we do. And so far we've gotten the thumbs up, which
Cool.
is all we can ask for.
Yes, yeah, it's such a great story. I just love that you sort of started doing what you thought was right for the world, and it grew into a great business that can support yourself, and now you've got what sounds like a great problem, right? How do you scale and manage a lifestyle that you still want to be able to have? So
That's right.
good for you.
Well, yeah, that's it. You just got to carve out time between that and the music and a 5-year-old running around. I'm not quite sure how we do it all, but we do it and we have fun, and we make her part of it. We pull people in, and I just, I couldn't be more thrilled to where we've landed, because I don't think we expected to be in this business, 5 years ago when we were touring around with my big fat pregnant belly.
Well, sounds like it all worked out.
Yes, it has.
All right,
Very
Trish,
happy.
I'm gonna have to end it here, I'm afraid. But any last
Okay.
words for us? No?
Namaste.
Okay, cool. It's goodbodyproducts.com, right?
That's right.
Okay, thank you very much, Trish. I really appreciate your time. I know you're obviously very busy there. I'm sure you got to run out to the farm now, or I don't know, go
That's
pick
right.
something, or I would imagine you have to go pick something or mix something. That's what I imagine you doing
I'm,
when you.
I'm mixing. I've got like oils going right now, so I do have to go.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you
Thanks,
very much.
Jim.
Okay, we'll see you.
Thanks, Jim. Take care.
All right. Thank you very much, Trish. That's one more session of Greater Good Entrepreneur, and it's a very inspiring story. We will see you next time.